Ladies and gentlemen, I am your Planetary Defense Commander, and we have entered the late night evening hours. It is almost 1 a.m. Texas time as we are watching Invest 92L. Soon to become, I would guess, Hurricane Barry. Now the question has been, what will it do when it gets into that giant bathtub of hot water known as the Gulf of Mexico? And the days and the hours and the moments of speculation are over because we are here. And she does not disappoint. I was trying to do something cool, it didn't work. Okay, the low pressure system is right about here. We are already seeing this system put out some very heavy rain bands. It's consolidating and coagulating quite well. If it continues this pace over a 24 to 72 hour range, it should be able to put out some very dangerous, very eye-popping rain totals. So, we are watching the tail end of a giant storm that stretches coast to coast. And when I say coast, I mean from the United States of America to the coast of England. Pretty much, give or take. And so, the storm we're watching that is growing in the Gulf of Mexico, the GOM for short, GOM, is growing like a falcon eye. You see that? And so that in itself is very peculiar, different, strange, odd. I've never seen a Quetzalcoatl storm like this. This size, shape, and dimension. I threw in dimension for dramatic effect because this is a very dramatic situation. So yes, Barry, that will, I would guess, will soon to be named with the Hawkeye. You see it there? Over by Louisiana. Soon to be formed Hurricane Barry. I would guess, who knows, maybe it could turn into nothing, but right now that's not what I'm betting on. And we are in the game. I'm trying to get you the best information possible. And me, being on the Gulf in Houston, Texas, technically I'm not on the Gulf, it's like 40 miles away. But it's close enough. I'm watching this like a hawk for everybody along the coast. I know parts of Florida are already getting heavily saturated. If my mouth is making any funny noises, I apologize. I haven't eaten today. I haven't slept well lately. This Jupiter opposition with a Mercury retrograde and a whole lot of other planets retrograde energy is wild. Now let's get back to this giant mega dinosaur dragon bone looking of a storm system unlike anything I've ever seen before. So yeah, we can say it's probably going to be a pretty weird, pretty wild hurricane season. Welcome to Asteroid Fight Club. I am your host, Planetary Defense Commander, Star-Lord New Thor 7, and I'm glad to have you along. Whatever it is, we will survive it. And right now, it looks like our next challenge in this wave after wave after wave after wave pattern is Hurricane Barry. Or call it what you want to. It's going to be dangerous with flooding, possible storm surge, straight line winds, lightning, probably some FUBAR infrastructure somewhere along the way. So everybody in the coast needs to pay attention to this. I know the timetable on rapid intensification for basic storms that we're working with is an 18-hour period where you can get something scary. And so if this happens to grow into a monster, just be prepared to get it out of the way if that is what you choose to do. Sweet. Here's the big bastard. Big bastard is a term I'm looking for that's very descriptive and yet minorly offensive, but not majorly offensive. Sometimes finding the right word and words to give to people in stressful situations like this can be difficult to find. All right, so yeah, we're getting the nasty color of orange that might get into a yellow. And so we're looking at up to 2 feet of rain in some areas. Right now, it definitely looks like parts of Louisiana. We're looking at some heavy rain totals all the way up into Louisiana. This is just an estimation over the next 7 days. But right now, some areas are projected to get over 2 feet of rain. That would even count storm surge. And remember, depending on the size of the storm, this is the tail end of this giant Quetzalcoatl thing. The rain totals could vary. I'll mention again, Florida has seen a decent amount of rain already. And this is probably a 4-day-ish event. We can take a look at the models, take them with a grain of salt, and then pepper. The two usually go better together. Salt and pepper's here, and we're in effect. But danger, this is a real-life situation that could get worse, and the modeling could continue to strengthen. Right now, it looks like a Category 1, Category 2 hurricane strength, going straight up the pipe into Louisiana. I still think it will continue to shift a little east. Let's look at landfall dates together, shall we? And this is just the GFS. It's kind of like a 3-card Monte thing where you got to look and choose and pick and figure it out. But see how that giant storm continues to have a snail trail of lots of rain. Crap, now we're not looking at the date. So that would be around the 14th. So we'd still have 10 days before this thing would be done. Now we're going to look at the GFS. Wait, Euro, King Euro. Okay, landfall would be around the 13th, the middle of the day, somewhere around there. Which would still be the 10th, the 11th, the 12th, the 13th. That's 4 days-ish. And yes, I just counted on my fingers. The icon has it making landfall sooner, but much nastier. At least in a rain band kind of way. There's purple in there, and that is not something we want to see. But just by its shape, it is showing healthy signs of being a healthy, severe weather hurricane-type monster. The 12Z of the 9 model has it as about a Category 1 on July 13th, around 4 p.m., if my day math is correct, which is still about 3.5 days to sit in the Gulf, which, as we're seeing that thing grow, it definitely has more time than we would ever want to give a low-pressure system to turn into a rapidly intensifying and sitting and spinning rainfall and straight wind and lightning machine of Mother Nature. We need to take better care of Mother Nature. I don't need to argue about politics ever, but we all need to agree that we need to take care of Mother Nature and understand Mother Nature a lot more. Okay, I'm checking the sun. I'm checking the sun. I'm checking the sun. And yeah, so we had a giant blossom and an onion looking thing there. This may or may not qualify as a sunspot. Don't quote me. I saw something somewhere that said there's some CME activity. Oh no. Oh yes. We got erupting volcanoes in Italy, and now we have red sprites over Italy. We all know it comes out of the bottom of thunderstorms. That's a weird sentence. Lightning bolts, but on July 7th. Volter, Benotto, of Posanga, Italy. Saw something coming out of the top. It was a cluster of red sprites. It says Binotto. Atto Ogami? Okay. So yeah. That almost looks like a giant castle in the sky. Amazing things are happening everywhere as our solar system is changing. Is that Jupiter lightning? Which are these two stars? I wonder why she likes me. Okay, exotic form of lightning. That sounds... Okay. Solar minimum, maybe boosting sprites. You can say that again. some researchers believe that cosmic rays provide the ionizing spark that triggers sprites. At times, Sprite will come off as Speed's annoying little brother. But the kid had heart. And who didn't love Chim Chim? Stay on target. If you were wondering what our Aurora's situation for the top of the planet was, that's what it is right now. And we've had some type of Aurora activity at the top of the planet all year, and for a really long time, because the coronal holes have been almost nonstop. The sun and other things might be kicking out energy all the time our way, making everything evolve. Your love is lifting me higher. Oh, this is serious. It almost creates crazy shape. But we got all the gas giants on the same side, and a lot of planets clumped up. As Venus has started dipping down, and Mars coming around. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Hey, it's late night. I'm on the late night shift. Like Wolfman Jack. If that didn't sound anything like Wolfman Jack, it's probably because I was thinking about Captain Jack Royal Sparrow. Mr. Wheel of Time. So yeah, 1,000 years of peace, we're going to save the day. But as you can see, we have a lot of planets coming around. The glowing purplish pink, ooh, means retrograde. And that means position and frequency relative to Earth. Scientists may say, the alignment of the planet and no forms of astrology mean anything to anything. I'm like, wait, what? And scientists say a lot of shit. I love you. There's the wave master himself right now. Da-boo. Da-da-boo. No chance. No change. As of 2 a.m., the update. Dot, 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 dot. I think there was one too many dots. Good night, and welcome new followers. Get ready for lyrical tweet battle cries from the Florida webmaster himself. But yeah, that is looking like it is shaping up. Oh, and that was the whole point. It looks like it's already trying to spin. I got off task. This isn't necessarily rank. It's like, oh my God, there's a whole lot of concerning lightning, 1,000 strikes and 1,064,000. What was it say? But the clumpage in the areas. And the thing was, so you get this line here. And then you get this line here. And this looks like a whole lot of lightning in a particular area. Remember, these islands are a volcano range. And the volcano over here, Popocatépetl, and Colima, and Fuego, and I think there are two new ones. They've been going off as well. And lightning and volcanoes that are erupting have been known to date from time to time. It's quite an energetic exchange, I hear. See, look at those shapes. That's just weird. Lightning is still strange. And sprites. So, yeah. July. Welcome to one wild, crazy summer. Odyssey 2019. And the universe is about to test us, and we're about to win. Together, as one Earth family. But this storm's going to wake some people up. It's going to be pretty nasty. It's going to bring some heavy rain, some heavy winds, and it could carve out parts of the coast, depending on what you go on. It looks like the movement of the storm is how the whole Gulf got carved out to begin with, as the planets have done this process with the sun over and over and over and over and over again. But apparently for the first time I know of, mankind has electricity and atomic power. So the sky's the limit. And good dreams are coming back again, but we got to be cool, stay cool, and figure this shit out together, which we will do. Have some faith. God bless everyone. Stay cool.